All righty, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good morning. And it's your boy Dave coming back at you live, and it is a happy, wonderful Wednesday. Let's get ready here with our market news, and we'll jump into our watch list. So we got stocks rally Tuesday, led by encouraging inflation news. The Nasdaq Composite soared 2.43%, of the S&P 500 climbed 1.68%. Meanwhile, the Dow Jones Industrial Average ended the day up 408 points, or 1.04% higher. The S&P 500 has recovered some of its recent losses and is now less than 5% from its record high set in July. In fact, all three major averages are back above their August 2nd closing level where they were before the dramatic August 5th global market sell-off. Volatility has also eased since then, with the CBOE Volatility Index, VIX that is, hovering below 20 on Tuesday after soaring above 65 last week. All right. Going into the watch list here, why don't we go ahead and, since Serve is up here on our what's it called here? Trade Ideas Scanners. This is currently on our watch list, and the stock is currently up 33% and is trading at 1368. So, Serve Robotics came out with a brand new press release, okay, with these other big names like the Shake Shack Roll, right? So we got the M-Serve Robotics and Shake Shack roll out autonomous robot delivery via Uber Eats. So, Shake Shack, that's one. Uber Eats, Uber, and then the company M-Serve Robotics coming out with this PR headline altogether. So, giant companies float is 23 million flow, and 12-10 entry breakout really served us well, all the way up towards now $14.30 here in pre-market high. So it's been making this beautiful, nice higher lows. I would pay attention to the history since the beginning of the pre-market, ideally since 7 o'clock. See how the stock ran on up, and where was the stop points, where were the balance point area. So with this particular stock right now, obviously we have been enjoying this 10 and 25 EMA ride. This is our 50 EMA test since 803. Okay, so pretty much that 8 o'clock was the first time around we saw 50 EMA pullback, and here we go again at 920-ish area. Here we got this pullback down to 50 EMA again. I think personally the stock can go all the way back down to the 200 to 500 EMA. I think 200 EMA would be a good safe area to look for a pullback. Right now it's sitting at 1288. So depends on how long this continues to hold on up. Right now I have the next line at 1323, which I told you guys earlier. That is the next candle breakout, which led us to this 1430. So you can use that 1323 as your now next support level. Okay. So we have that press release. Like I said, it's a mid float, and overall, it's a past well-known runner. You can see here just not too long ago on the 30th of July, we hit a price high of $24 there. So 200 on the daily right now seems to be showing around that $18 mark. So that would be, my max PT today at one point, if it can break, above this $14 and 12 cent, I have a candle break line there. So that's another line that I would look for a nice candle breakout. If we do, then that 14.12 becomes support. We just keep on doing dollar runs to dollar run. All right, moving on to the number one gainer here. We got ALBT. So this one I actually didn't get to pull the trigger till later because I was more focused on SERV, and with it being a micro penny stock status, I just was not too interested. Also, the area that I would have entered would have been 37 cents. So by that time it already broke out, I missed it. So in my mind, I thought, you know what? All right, let it go, let it be. It's got 61 cent resistance. That's a 200 daily. It did hit up to that mark. It did pull back, and then it rebroke the 61, became support. And then, I said, you know what? This stock looks like it's gonna go up to $1 at this rate. So I went ahead and go ahead at 70 cents. And then we got a nice run up towards almost that $1 mark, 98 cents there. So right now it's at 86. I think it's still possible that it's going to go hit $1 and even maybe more, because if you look at the daily chart here back on June 3rd, it hit all the way up to 144 area there. So very impressive past runner. So we'll see if ALBT can continue on up. Other than that, just looking at this company itself on ALBT, this is a USA real estate company at a 4.4 million in flow. Okay, so they did come out with a press release this morning. The Avalon Laboratory Services SMO to launch sales of proprietary FDA registered external male catheter device. So catheter, I don't know how I'm not sure if I said that right or not, but anyways, that's the news this morning at the press release headline. But overall, I think, we got a pretty good strong resistance at $1, which makes sense for this pullback down here. So ideal entry would be the what? Well, the 70 cents could be another new re-entry there. That was our breakout point. So now support level. All right. So other than that, let's move on to the next stock here. By the way, Serve is trying to come back up towards 1412. So keep your eyes on it. Serve and ALBT are my top two watch this morning. All right. The rest of the other stocks on the watch list here, I got just like Buru, EDBL, DJY, those names, as you can probably tell, I'm not as interested. Let's go ahead and start with EDBL, though. This one was a good little trade here earlier this morning for me. So I do like this one. It was a very nice entry at that $1.30, and we hit all the way up towards 173 area there. So I'm gonna be watching for this downtrend right here, right? I've drawn this line earlier, but you can see here it is keep getting rejected at this downtrend line. So for us to see this thing going on a reversal and getting a nice bullish move, we need to break out of this downtrend line here. Ideal re-entry on the pullback would be, again, that 130 breakout now support line. Now, if we look at this company EDBL real quick, this is a low float, okay? It is a 3.13 million float. So anything under 10 million float is going to be considered low float, right? We like low flows. That's considered what? What's float? Float is number of shares offered to the public, right? So we like volatility on these lower float names. USA Farm Product Company here with a press release this morning reporting 157% increase in gross profit fueled by year-over-year growth of 61% in cut herbs and 30% in vitamins and supplements, etc. All right, so you get the point here. 130 support, potential re-entry, or breakout back out of the downtrend line. You have another resistance line at 150. Watch for the VWAP roll back up towards the next line up there and see how we can go on up from there. I think EDBL does have more room above so far the pre-market high if we can continue to get that nice volume. All right, market's going to open up in about 2 minutes. The rest of the other two names we have not been able to make any trades, which is Buru and DJY. So let's pull up DJY since it's the top third gainer right now. And you can see here, DJY, there was a play if we were to able to get a candle break at 185. Unfortunately, it does not look like we're going to get that 185 anytime soon, nor even if it does come back on up, that would not be a smart area to buy, right? So you want to wait for the downtrend breakout. It's been making lower highs and lower lows, and it came all the way down here to the lowest EMA levels here. So at this time, we're not going to be that interested on DJY. If it ever does come up towards the VWAP, then we can start looking into it. Last but not least, I have Buru, BURU, which right now is currently trading at $2.14. Not a whole lot of volume at the moment, but if it ever does get some volume, we want to look for that VWAP roll there. This is a USA industrial company at a 0.46 million flow, which is under 1 million flow. This was a micro flow, very, very low flow. This one does not have any new news this morning. All right, with that being said, market's going to open up in 10 seconds. NQ today, we had the CPI numbers that came out. We have this up 33 points. Overall, it is a bit slow with the ATR being at 24 with the pink deviation resistance line. So here we go. Let's see how the market goes today. As always, if you want to hear me talk, join the live stream Zoom. If you want to just listen to the bot making new high of day Holly, join the voice Discord. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up. I think personally, serve is going to be more of an interesting area just because it's closest to that 14-12 area right now. So I am watching serve here. That is trying. And we got a 1529 up pull at the moment. So remember, at the market opening is always a little bit jumpy. Up pull showing, but I will mention it here, 1529 up pull, and then we can close above 1412. We should be good for that 15 plus move here. So we got to close 1412. We got about 55 seconds on this candle. 1544 is now the up pull from 1529. Remember, we need to close above 1412 here. 1412 needs closing, okay? At market opening, always jumpy, so be smart, okay? This is exactly why I said be smart, wait for that candle closing at the market opening. It's going to be jumpy. Right now, NQ is moving up towards the deviation 2 line, looks like, so it is crawling on up nicely there. In the meantime, we have everything kind of pulling back right now, actually. We had EDBL that just came down to 500 EMA. Buru cracked below the 500 EMA. ALBT, which is our top second watch, or number one watch technically, since it's number one gainer, it is setting up for a downtrend breakout. It is trying to avoid that death cross. So let's see here closely on ALBT if this is going to be a potential candidate. Right now, remember, keep in mind, serve, we are cracking that 1025 EMA means that we're going to come down to the next line, 1323 support. Keep in mind, there is no new play on serve. Okay, I just mentioned that if the candle breaks above 1412, then there is a potential for a new high of the day towards 15 plus. It did not get that closing. So right now, the market opening, usually about 5 to 10 minutes at market opening, is smart to not just jump in, which is a typical rookie mistake. A lot of traders just love to hop in as soon as they see you know, that market opening here pop here. ALBT 73 back down there. So that, okay, 70 cents, excuse me. So let me just type it out for you guys on the chat so you guys have these lines. Obviously, if you see in the Zoom chart, you should be able to see it. But 70 cents support at the moment. Okay, NQ as well. Got a quick pop up towards that deviation 2 line, and only to be a big fat wick here in the 5-minute chart. So now between the 10, or excuse me, the 14 EMA and the pink deviation line. Serve has it down to the 200, which if you look at serve, that 1323 is support. So, which I already went through. So now we got 2 stocks, top 2, ALBT 70 cent. Like I said, when we're going through the watches, that is your potential rebuy area. The only thing that I don't like about ALBT is that it did get a death cross at the market opening. So I am being more cautious here, thinking, you know, if 70 cents bounces, it'll be a, you know, decent little quick bounce. I would get out for a scalp. Same thing with serve. It's got a death cross right now. So I think right now in the moment, we need to take a step back and then let things kind of cool off and then go from there. Now we have EDBL that did cool off all the way down to the 500 EML, EMA, EDBL 501 bouncing. And then I have a line at 140 area as well. So 1.40 candle break line we're watching. And then I got a 162 there after that. Not a great look start for the market opening here on the small caps. And that's because we have the IWM, which is the index for the small caps, being in the red right now. It is pulling back. The small caps are currently slowing down right now with the NQ also pulling back. Nasdaq is still up nicely, but right now at the market opening, we are taking a small dip here to the neutral zone line here. Okay. ALBT watching here on the level 2 to see if it's going to hold 70 cents, but we have a death cross. So I want to jump in on something, but right now it's not giving me that confidence to just jump in at these levels just quite yet until I see a curl on the 10 EMA. So on standby mode at the moment.
IMTA and HEX.
Seems like ALBT is trying to slow this bleeding around the 70 cent mark right now, right? So like I said, they'll probably do a little bounce. Like, so usually when I scalp on these micro pennies, I like to go for 3 cents. So 70 cents or 73, scalp out, and then try again if it's going to be able to, you know, break out of the downtrend line. I don't think it's going to run all the way back up there. I think it's going to be a small bounce personally. Before the 70 cents is going to eventually crack and go down towards the 500 EMA or 200 EMA, which should be the next area around 60. This line right here, 60, 61. Is that 61? 61, 62 line there. So right now testing 73, it's below 10 EMA. It's usually how it goes. It'll try to do a little small bounce off the support to not get the, you know, full reversal and then dump down, make a lower low. So EDBL, like I said, is the only one that I like since it already came down to the lowest EMA, which was 130. I told you guys to watch that EDBL 500 EMA pulling back, and now it's pouncing back up. If you missed that dip, they got this 140 candle break line. And closing above this in the next 18 seconds is crucial. It's also trying to break out a downtrend line here as well. So it makes sense, right? That 130. Why 130? Because 130 was our first entry level. Okay. So EDBL 1.30. 1.30 re-entry level, nice bounce. Previous RES sup and out of the downtrend line. If you guys remember when I was going through the watch list, we're gonna face a little bit of this VWAP area 150 next resistance and VWAP roll. All right, that's what you let me double check the VWAP here on this EDBL. Yeah, around that 150 level is what I would think is key. All right, Dawa FS97. Should you hold labor, ALBT, or sell? What is this? ALBT, would I hold? Well, I mean, I'm not in, so I don't know if I would hold, but if you mean buy, I don't know. It depends on what entry you got in. It's been clear signal sell near $1. 93 was support. It cracked, and it cracked at 80 in the 70. I mean, we're just, like I said, there's no need to be buying, averaging down. Like I said, this is going to go all the way down to the 200 EMA next. It's got a death cross at market opening. You have to pay attention to that. Death cross is no go. That is very bearish. So I would say, would I hold? I mean, I'm not in, so I can't say I would hold. I would have gone out a long time ago. So I would have gotten out near $1 with 0.93 sub. With that cracking, you had 70 support, but death cross happened at market opening. So this thing is gonna go all the way to 0.60, like I said, or 61 next up near 200 on the one. Okay. When you it seems like you're kind of relatively new, so I understand this is very typical. We don't really have a lot of new rookies coming in because my room is more designed for people that have been, trading a little bit. But if you understand these things that we're looking for, you should be able to learn to avoid, to dodge these type of bullets. Because let's say you thought ALBT, I don't know, somebody sold you a story that's going to go to $2 on StockTwist or Twitter. I don't know. I'm sure there is somebody in this world that would do that, but you know, it depends on your strategy. If you're trying to swing this because you saw that daily chart here had room towards 140, but it's all about the timing, right? You don't want to be buying here and then now suffering through down here, stomaching through your pain, which is not the way to go. I mean, why would you go through that pain? You want to wait for that pullback. That's why I said on standby, let it all pull back down because it's been a pre-market runner. So now, like I said, I think the 61 cent is going to be a great new entry, or you can go back at the break line at 70 cents again. So 70 cent re-break candle line on ALBT, or dip down to 0.61. So, and I'm explaining this to you guys so you guys can understand how I'm seeing, the trades that I do every day, so you guys can understand my mindset here. There's times, especially at the market opening, where you just need to like not be like that, 90% of the traders that just buy at market opening. Because a lot of these guys, I'll tell you, they don't like to wake up early. They're lazy. So the lazy folks don't make money. So lazy folks wake up literally 10 minutes before market opens, or sometimes even worse, 1 minute before market opens or at market opening, and they just hit whatever is calling out a new high of the day or is number one gainer, thinking it's going to go for more. And that's usually a big no. It's a big trap. Okay, DAWAF FS97. How about EDBL? Okay, EDBL. So with EDBL right now, like I said, a lot of these small caps have been pulling back. I'm waiting for a solid entry right now. We did break 140. Like I said, that was your better area. Really, the best area was 130. If you miss 130, get that 140. Why 140? Well, 140 showed me a candle break line. Not only that, was out of the downtrend line point mark. I said, I will sell into the 150 because 150 is going to be next resistance with the VWAP. Now we need a VWAP roll here. So now we need the VWAP roll. I already typed that out 938 here. So I think Buru is also another one to keep an eye on. Buru also spiking back above 501. Right now, sitting on my hands right now on a lot of these names. I really love Serve and ALBT, but it makes sense for these two giant names to come back down after a big spike. So now we got these little guys like Buru and EB on our watch list starting to kind of do its thing. I would say just, wait, because Buru doesn't have any new news, but buyers came in on that big dip. I think ALBT pullback is a better idea here at 61. The only thing is, like I said, there is a shot that it might come all the way down to 500 EMA as well if that 61 cent crack. So 62. I can't force anything right now. There is a big doji line at 147 I like on EDBL. So yeah, if we can get a solid EDBL there. Just know that EDBL, yeah, there's that 233 resistance on Buru. I mean, yeah, if EDBL gets that 150 for the breakout, that would be my line. But there are wicks into 150, so this is a little bit tricky. It's not for everybody because you have to really get a keen eye here to make sure that the body closes above 150. And then there's a 162 resistance. I want to make sure everyone locks in a little bit at 160. Buru has a 233 next RES. I know some of you guys are like, man, let's just go, let's play, like let's just get in now. Like that's just not how it works sometimes, guys. Like the market is not showing opportunities. You have to be patient. You can't just force, throw trades in and then let's just see how it goes. That's not how we do it here.
Got it. Got it. MRX. CMTA.
So we have two new names from the watch list. First time playing, or actually, excuse me, Brewer's the first time playing EDBL. We played this already at 130, but this time I'm gonna be watching for 150. Buru, please. There's no news on that. We need a solid candle break at 233. Once it closes, then it's got a shot. Now I'm just sitting on my hand still. The only three stocks that I traded so far has been ALBT, EDBL, and SERV. Those three names, all green on those trades. Easy trades. Now, waiting on Buru got a golden cross here. So let's turn our attention to Buru here at the 233 line.
Legs.
So there's wicks into 233. You need to wait for that nice confirmation. You look at the daily chart, it still has some room there. We can get that nice juice flowing in. It's on SSR as well. So with not many competitive stocks, meaning, when there isn't a lot of options, traders will start seeing the next herd moving in. We want this Buru to be the next hot party right now because EDBL is not going to get that 150. So with SERV and ALBT have that pull back, I think Buru is a very good candidate here next coming on out. Just wait for that 233 break. We got a big resistance at 233. So, a lot of times people in here also try to hop in early thinking, oh, well, this, let's get in now. Well, no, let's wait for the confirmation. We got an up pull showing 271. So you still have plenty of time and room on Buru once we get that green light.
LTG.
274 up pull.
Lava. Lava. MRX.
278 up pull showing on Buru. Ideally, we want to see 233 become support.
ALTG. Sit up.
I want this candle in the next 45 seconds to close above 233. Looking good. It looks like we're still closing good. 250 just hitting. Okay, got fill at 250 so far. The rest, set yourself a stop higher, set a range order or a bracket order or whatever trailing stop that you like to use. You got a 281 all pulp now in Buru. This is how I do it every day. You wait and sniff out all the little potential winners and losers and start hitting on the ones that start showing some spark and potential when those areas start breaking through. So for those that are still struggling, well, Dave, like, I'm not sure. I don't know how quickly. Well, hey, man, hey, girls and guys, like, we need to start chipping in small shares, learn to have that position management skill building out. Okay. Like nobody said that you have to go in full position, full size right at the mark. You know, that's not. I mean, you ever see any of those people out there that just go all in all time? I mean, chances are you got no more chips to play with after you go all in and it blows up the first time, right? So it's like better to start chipping in, and then when you start seeing that green light, then you can start being more confident and add more. Here's the key, folks. Add on to strength. Stop adding on to losers. It will actually help you win in the market more than the other way, which is what most people do. Most people add to their losers. They keep averaging down, buy more, buy more, buy more, buy more, because they don't want to lose. Way better to just cut it off the moment support cracks, take the loss, suck it up, and then move forward. Otherwise, you're gonna suck in way bigger hole than you know. 295 up Paul here on Buru. I'm trying to manage this play here while I'm talking. Move your stops up high. Right now, we have not seen a single red candle. No bearish signals yet. It is just riding on up. We got an uphold now, 298. So, I mean, we got that Momo that came in here. So, you know, other people are like, oh my gosh, like Buru, like it's popping up and FOMO's kicking in. In the meantime, while this baby is just doing its thing, you got the serve that is trying to re-break that 1323, and ALBT is bouncing off from 70 cents again or moving up higher again. So right now, while we're still managing Buru here, you should still have those other two names on the charts. So now stock's up about 70%. Could this be a 100% runner? So I would watch 70% breaking to the 100% mark to the last few more dime squeeze. And you got an uphold now, 303. Okay, NQ came all the way down to the deviation 2 line now. So that is still getting wrecked since it went from green to red. $306 uphold on Buru. $310 uphold on Buru. I think they really are signaling, hey guys and gals, we want $3. But I am just mainly watching the candlesticks here. We need to make a new high of day here in this candle in the next 30 seconds. Otherwise, we're going to get a little bit of doji showing here. I'm just going to give you a heads up. We're having a little doji, so we might test down a 10 EMA one more time, or this thing is going to go up towards now 314 uphold here. So that's showing a little bit of doji. I would just have your hands on the mouse now and then move that stop just a hair below that 10 EMA. I do want to see this new high of day one more time. The new candle now. So yeah, opening up, we need to start not cracking below 268. We need to hold above 268 and start popping. Otherwise, we're going to test down to 254. So right now we are still, I usually don't like it because it usually means it's going to come down to 10 EMA. When you already have that doji and it's already flashing down like this, 253 is a 10 EMA right now. Still has 30 seconds to prove its worth. They keep moving the uphold though to 318 now. Nobody should go red on this trade. Do not mess up this trade. This is a good pop so far, and or if you missed the earlier move, you gotta learn to be very patient and be like, okay, I missed the move, I missed the move. Don't be that dodo bird that just like, you know what, screw this, I'm just gonna get in now. And you buy the top, tippity top, and you get flushed. So here we go. It's closing still. It's holding above 260. I'm gonna put a line there actually. 268 is the line, the candle break line now. This gets the next break, and we should see another new high of the day, 268 candle break. So now look at the time bar. We got 30 seconds. We're looking good. We got to get a new high of day here. 321 up halt. Stock's up 73%. NQ, another lower low. Got a big fat doji that tested down the wick to the 258 there. Or that, what did I say? 255, yeah. 254, 255, and still holding it up. We only have 1 or 2 candles left before we make a new high of there, or it's gonna drop. So I would like to see a 10 EMA bull flag, but like I said, I have a stop just a hair below the 10 EMA, so the rest of my shares are gonna get stopped out if that happens. If not, then I'm gonna get that, new high of day towards $3. So let's see. Whatever happens at this point, I'm still gonna come out of the green. So that's all that matters. And you know what? Sometimes there's a chance that, yeah, you might get a little bit of that, wick down, and then it could come up. But generally speaking, this has been relatively clean. You got to look at every stock and treat this stock differently based on how this has moved. Look at that candle wick at like 947. Very clean bounce off the 10 EMA. This candle needs to go. We can't afford any more candles, I'd say. And if you compare it again to that, to 956 wick bounce off the 10 EMA perfectly clean. So that's why I had now you can move your stops higher because the 10 EMA is curling up higher. So you can move it up now to you're getting out with more money. The up halt's still 321. But we are struggling a little bit on these in this zone here. We gotta start popping. Got a new candle again. Slowing down a bit here. Somebody's gotta start slapping up here before it drops back below 10 EMA. In the meantime, there is no other stocks that is showing promising results. So I think, Guru is still where the party's at the moment, as long as we're riding the 10 EMA. I mean, that's technically riding above all indicators. So the moment it starts cracking below 10 EMA, then, well, guess what? We're probably, the wick could come down to the VWAP, since this VWAP and 10 EMA earlier has been relatively close together. Let's get this 10 EMA bull flag. Come on. Get this job above $3 would be nice. 89.
FTRE. OGI. ST.
Not seeing that volume that I like. I think we need to start. I mean, I have my stop set, so if it gets stopped out, it gets stopped out. So doji right now, another doji. It's being indecisive. 15 seconds now. 267 line. Yeah, same thing. 267, 268 line again. That's the candle break line. So if you're looking for a breakout, that's got to happen, but it's not happening. Okay. Yeah. We've already seen 2 dojis, but this is the candle now. This is the final candle on me. It's gonna bounce off the 10 EMA one more time, otherwise this cracks, and we're gonna have to move on to a different stop before it bounces off again later, potentially at VWAP. But I don't want to waste time watching this too long if this does not bounce here in the next 30 seconds. Don't forget about our EDBL that could start shining once the Buru starts dying. So EDBL could start shining soon once or if Buru dies. So, you know, always have the
Take a look. Take a look.
names up on the board. I got Serve, ALBT, EDBL, and Buru monitor screen. 4 stocks on the chart, and that's what I need. So right now, testing 150. I'm waiting for confirmation at the 150 for add more. 174 up pulse showing right now. Buru is holding the 10 EMA still, but like I said, it's showing. It didn't get that volume that I really wanted to see at that roll off the 10 EMA earlier here. This candle would have been nice if we just got a spike up towards $3, but it's taking too long. That's why I said, you know, set yourself. It's gonna get a wick down to the VWAP. See that right there? Just got down to the VWAP. So naturally, I already got stopped out, and then you can re-enter again, knowing that this 267, 268 line is going to be a key area. That way, you know, my entry was 234. I'm still coming out with money instead of holding still, and then it comes all the way back down to where it started. And now you're like, well, gosh, I haven't locked in anything. And now you look like a fool not taking anything. So this is what I'm talking about. You need to secure the bag and know that, you know what, once this starts dying, what's going to arise? Like I said, well, the smart guys, like smart cookies that were ahead of time are going to see if the EDBL can get this nice 150 candle closing here in the next 20 seconds. I think we need, we need more time here. I'm not convinced yet on EDBL, guys, just FYI. I need this 150 to close. One more candle. This candle's not going to do 150 in my opinion. We need to wait until the next candle. Because right now we have VWAP and 150. Next candle coming up. We need to now start building here. Lowest, yeah, 147. 147, 150. I rounded up. It's actually 147, but I rounded up to 150 because of the VWAP. So 178 up halt now. From 174, I tapped that wrong. 178. Okay. 178 up halt. EDBL. I'd like to see this in closing above 150, 1 in 10 seconds. And then 150 is going to be our support after that. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 150 is now support. We need to hold 150. We should be good now. EDBL 150 is up. There's a new high of day. 180 up halt. They're raising the bars now. We got the next resistance line at 162. 162 is able to break, and we got up towards 180 and 180 to $2. So those are line to line areas that we want to see. Right now, the support line is 150. So body Hikinashi. Again, for those that are new, I only use Hikinashi. I don't use regular candlesticks. I use Hikinashi candlesticks. So everything that we do in here is you have to change the candlesticks to Hikinashi to see what I'm talking about. Because your regular candlesticks are not going to be showing what I'm talking about. It's going to be different. Okay, so I mean, NQ had the death cross around 9:50, so it's been about 15 minutes of plunge since then as well. And I mean, body is still holding above the deviation 2 line, so hopefully we do see a little bit of reversal here, I'd say, on NQ. But I mean, it's still that lower high pattern, so hopefully it does get a reversal out soon.
Sit up.
Okay, so right now we're back at 150 because you know why? We have this doji, and right now we gotta get back above 152. They're creating resistance at 153. So if we can get back 153 in the next 50 seconds, that'll be great. 153 and above.
SIGBIR.
Would be nice, and then we can see that continued growth. So 30 seconds to go. Still holding 150, but right now 150 starts cracking. Then in the next 20 seconds, if we don't, we have to wait for the next candle. So that's it. So they're still trying here, 150, 153. I wouldn't risk more below 147 personally, keeping it tight. I'm still trying to aim for that first target and then continue to climb up higher. New candle.
FTRE.
Got another doji flashing, so it's trying to figure out. It's still holding above VWAP and 10 EMA. So let's say EDBL would not like to see crack below 147. So that's going to be my level that, you know, we need to start holding that bounce there. Otherwise, we're going to start losing momentum. And then, you know what I mean? Now, while this is still holding that 147 here, I think we already knew that Buru was having signals of bearishness with the dojis that I've been telling you guys about. Now, in the meantime, EDBL did get a pop, but didn't get enough of a pop that I wanted to see. Unfortunately, the 158 has been resistance, which has been the market opening high. So high day resistance at 158 has been still a bit of a trouble. 147 is still holding. Serve. I do want to play 1323 candle break again. So I am watching serve closely. With EDBL to see what's going to happen here. Yeah, just not enough sauce on this one right now. So unfortunately, this is pulling back, and particularly this one, I don't think you should get back in until if you were trying to be a support buyer until it goes back down to the 130 again. So I took a loss on that one, got stopped out, and gave back my gains on EDBL from earlier. So that's my only loss of the day. I'm down. I was up 1,000 on EDBL. Now I'm down 220 bucks on that, but still up from ALBT, Buru, and Surf. So sometimes you just gotta figure out what you're willing to take a risk on and go for it. And if it doesn't work out, that's fine because that was your plan. So unfortunately, just a hair short from being able to hit the PT. Let's move on to the next stock. Unfortunately, it's a little bit slower down the small caps. Again, you can know that by pulling up IWM. Okay, IWM is red right now. That's the indice for the market small caps. Yeah, see that IWM has been pulling down here since 210 level there. All right, anyways, with that being said, EDBL could come back up later, but I personally just had a tight stop just because I didn't want to, like, you know, give back too much, which I did give back and go red on it, but I can afford that because I was already up nicely with our ALBT and our serve. So now we need to look for serve for the 1323. That could not, I think we might actually have to wait down until the 500 EMA now on serve because we haven't tested down a 500 EMA yet.
SPRA. WHLR.
Heard went to GNLN. Let's see GNLN real quick. That was not really part of my watch, but
Yes.
it did get a nice spike. Yeah, this is one of those stocks that's dead all pre-market, really. I mean, it's just not getting much. And this one's actually interesting. At market opening, it's been trading sideways and getting rejected at 1075, and this thing just finally broke 1075. And so I'm not chasing that now, but 1450s now to have a day. So yeah, EDBL, second play didn't go work out. First play at 130 was great. Ideally, 130 rebreak entry was really the key level that I would have entered in. Man, NQ is just not looking good today.
GNLN.
GNLN, if you are trading that, 1552 is up, Paul.
BGBS. SBRA.
I went in a little too big on EDBL today. But yeah, guys, I mean, do you see that? It's just if you took EDBL, it's way better to just keep it tight, right? 150, and I said 147 below, you should get stopped out. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but that was my stop. I got stopped out. I actually added once I saw that 150. This was actually we ended up looking like we were gonna go here on EDBL, so I gave it a tap. But it formed that doji right at that 1006 line mark, and it became resistance at that 152, unfortunately. So 152, 153 area there. So that was why I was like, okay, I got to keep this tight, because if you look at this particular stock, it has already come down to the 500 EMA. So the people that already bought the 500 EMA at market opening, they sold into it and they held the 200 after that, and then the VWAP roll happened, and then, you know, I mean, we got a new high, not new high that we did get up there. I really hope we to see a new high day, but it got trapped at 158 double top there. Market opening high. So we're gonna come all the way down to 130 now again on EBL, which is way better to just get out before you see that thing going all the way down, plunging lower. So I want to make sure you guys understand, even on the losing trades. In fact, actually, you do better learning on the losing trades than learning on the winning trades. You don't really learn much as on the winning trades than the losing trades. Most people don't actually review winning trades, right? Because they're like, oh, I won. What's there to talk about? But people love to focus on the losing, the losers, the losing, the losing trades, and they're like, okay, like what went wrong? What can I learn from this, right? You don't really say, okay, what can I really learn from this winning trade? It's like, oh, I made money. What is there to learn? It did good, but technically you're supposed to do both, because you want to strengthen your strengths and not just always focus on the losers. But generally speaking, most people are going to be doing that, right? 167 up pull, which is still, I mean, the EDBL got a death cross. We have a play for serve that is 1323. So I'm gonna give this guy a try again because I like that area. That was a good area earlier as well. And not only that, the VWAP area is there. So this one, once again, is the wiki area. So we do need to be patient with the green light confirmation there. So 1417 on pulp now showing on serve. 1417 on pulp showing. If you want to try EDBL again, I would just wait for the golden cross, meaning the 10 EMA, since it's on a death cross, 10 EMA needs to curl back above the 50 EMA. All right, so we are getting a little bit of a break, but we're not really getting the candle break. We're getting a wick break, and now we need to close above here in the next 30 seconds. ALBT is also trying to break back above 73 line there. It's been a big resistance line, so let's see how serve goes here.
Don't see that. All right.
$14.31 all pulp now. They're raising it up on serve.
SIG. VITL.
We still trying, we're the candle is still trying to close above 1323. Haven't done so yet. So the big order's not going to come in until we see that 1323 closing here.
Northeast.
A lot of times when you see those big uppercut, those big blowouts, it's because other traders out there, they see that confirmation and they tap it, they slap it. People that are smart, they don't slap it. Large shares just, it's either that or at least the breakout trades, either that or you wait until it comes all the way down to support. You don't just slap it at some random places. You wait for the confirmation for the breakout traders. So right now the body and the candle is still kind of facing, it's still like struggling here in the VWAP here. So we're giving it some time to kind of breathe, let it breathe here, and then see if we can really get this thing closing. We've got another 30 seconds on this candle. And you can also look at the level 2 to help you gauge a little better sense. Really what I'm looking for the confirmation next is the golden cross. And then we should start seeing some confident buyers stepping up on serve again. You see that 10 EMA is about to kiss 50 EMA. It didn't even cross yet. So we're still waiting for that golden cross. And we should see this thing blowing up towards 14. Because the up pulse now 1446. So as always, with each trade, don't just go in thinking about the reward. Everybody loves to just think about the reward. What about the risk side? What are you where are we looking to risk much further down, right? What's your comfortable level of by utilizing the support levels? Right now, we're still not being able to close 1323 on the bid. You see the bid is still at this 1320. It's fluctuating from 1316 to like 1323 here. So we're gonna have to still give it some time. Now, some of you guys may have already chipped in some small shares, which is fine, but again, that's how to reduce your risk because there's no green confirmation yet at 1323. How do we know this 1323? We've seen this happen a lot of times earlier in pre-market as well and the market opening. So not only that, this 1323 line has been my bull line for a long time on serve. We played this many times in the past. 1446 I'll pull. In the meantime, ALBT, ever since broken back above 70 cents, it is starting to build back above that nice higher lows. So 70 to 80 cent mark there. So there seems to be a bit more sauce, more party at the moment on ALBT. So we're gonna have to wait it out on serve right now because it's a VWAP resistance, wait for the VWAP roll. ALBT, we broke out of this downtrend line, so it is looking better.
LTG shot.
Okay, sir, one more time again. I mean, it's trying to do this VWAP roll. We did get a golden cross, so that's another bullish signal. Now VWAP roll on serve is what's needed. Plus 1323 candle closing. Sometimes you have to be patient. Wait until it does get that roll. I want to see ALBT. ALBT looks good. So, I mean, we don't want ALBT to get too much attention again. I want serve to be the one getting attention here shortly. Looking better on serve. We got just that 30 seconds. We got to close about the 1323. We should be good.
Shot.
And 20 seconds. Hey, we're looking pretty decent here. Let me double check. Yeah, we got 1323 now support. Just need to get the volume to kick in now.
One.
1460 up pulp.
ALG. BRZO.
So with this one also, that means been doing good higher lows and higher highs. Good thing that LBT pulled back. So hopefully we get some more attention on serve.
KLTG. LGBN. AION. AION.
Come on. Let's get some more volume coming in here. Come on now, serve. Gosh, come on. Just a little bit more.
LPG.
Just riding the 10 EMA now. We got the golden cross above VWAP, above 10 EMA. Now we just need to ride this nice 10 EMA blue magic carpet ride. Might test down again to 10 EMA though. It's almost like the shorts want this. Now remember, we don't want this to crack below the VWAP. The VWAP and 10 EMA is now 1323 level, so we're starting to crack again. Body's still holding. I might try to be a little trapped. 10 EMA still holding up. I don't want this to be curling down in the next 15 seconds, still holding on up. As long as we still hold above 1323 in the next 10 seconds, we should be okay. I don't want to see this thing closing below it. Tough volume right now today with the IWM. IWM might be reversing here in a little bit. Sort of happens. So hopefully it keeps up. Yeah. Man, looking tough. Don't risk a whole lot here, guys. I mean, 13 support on serve. That's the 200 on the daily, 200 on the one. So I'm not going to risk below that.
UMH. LPG. Hey.
EDBL is at 501. So like I said, it's going to come all the way down to 501, like I said on EDBL, right? When we start seeing that signal and those whole support levels crack, keep it tight, and then just get stopped out. Don't be playing the average down game. It's not something that you want to be stuck at doing today because market conditions are not so bullish on terms of the small cap world here. All right, I just got stopped out. I'll try again later, but right now things are not looking that easy across the board. Things are. I'm still up on serve, but I gave some back. Just not gonna risk it much more. I needed to see that thing really take off from here, and having this much trouble still is a little concerning. So we're gonna have to be patient here, guys. So we got about 1 more minute. It's gonna hit the 10:30 mark, and then we're gonna take a 10-minute stretch break here. So we'll be right back here in about 10 minutes. I think serve still has a shot, but I mean, ideally we really need to hold that 1323. So we'll be back and wait for the 11 a.m. rubber dip setups and go from there. So take a quick stretch break and we'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. So here we go. 11 a.m. Ripper dip time in 20 minutes. You have Brew that kind of popped up above 230 again to 250. So that was a good line to the next resistance line, 250. Um,
Okay, hello.
hmm. Yeah, ALBT got a death cross, so it's gonna go all the way down to 500 EMA. Moment 61 area sense cracks.
SL.
And Q going another ripper here again. But this is downtrend line resistance as well as the deviation 2 line resistance.
Black.
So pretty much a little bit slower day today with small caps. That's just how it is. We can't control the markets. The market shows us that, and we have to abide by it and be patient.
OSDS.
Seems like today our second time runners haven't not worked out as great, which was, I mean, the first EDBL was great, the first serve was great, second EDBL, second serve just didn't work out, but minimal losses. So hopefully we're able to have those levels of stop. Otherwise, not a fun day to be stuck holding a bag, praying that it's going to come down or go up more. So everything right now in the moment, I've completed everything. So I'm gonna wait for one more setup on any of these names on the watch list for like, um,
SRCL.
any 11 a.m. river dip setups.
Have a. Wet. Wet. ANLS. Wet. ICCL. Wet. 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 Black. ABL. CMTA. ALG. CMTA. GNLA. VNA. Or SUV. Wait. ALG.
Okay, so Buru, we're watching for a VWAP roll. The VWAP roll is when the price pierces through the VWAP, comes back down to the VWAP, and then bounces off the VWAP. So right now you can see here, it's been just rejection into VWAP and pulls below VWAP. So what we need is pulls back up, pulls a VWAP, and then rolls off to 270. And then hopefully we get a new high of day towards $3. That's the only decent setup that I see here, guys. Otherwise, ALBT, you could look for that scrap junkyard to go all the way down to that little, 500 EMA maggot land. But EDBL is all the way down below 500. Serve is gonna head down towards 500. It's just one of those days. So
CNTA. SUV. REVN. REVN. AD. REVN. CNTL.
I mean, it's what it is. It's looking like it's gonna go towards the maggot land. NQ is actually popping out of the downtrend line now. But we have the 14 EMA, which is known to be resistance once it has been pulling back. So we'll see. If that starts riding the 14 EMA again, it will be nice and bullish.
OKLO. MTA. CNTF. SLDB.
Oh. So serve is below VWAP, ALBT below VWAP, EDBL below VWAP. Buru's the only one near VWAP, but it keeps getting rejected at VWAP here as well. Let's see here. Number one again at the moment is REVN. Only has traded 1 million volume. Let's double check. REVN. Okay, I like that $5 line there. Obviously, $5 breakout leads to nice dollar runs. It's on SSR, 1.12 million of volume to be about to be traded. Yeah, you know what? This could be a quick runner. $5 whole dollar shuffle here on REBN to $6 worth watching. That could be a quick runner there. It's got a 620 up halt here. So I'm sort of being more on the defensive side today just because I rather protect my profits from my pre-market gains. Don't need to keep giving back my gains here, but I think this $5 roll here could be nice. It's a little bit less volume, but once volume shows up, it's just the low float. Just something you can keep in mind. It's not 80%. Watch for the 100% mark, maybe.
NX. Double. Darcy.
So this $5 shuffle, so now you want to see this thing, get this 10 EMA flag and see if it's gonna really get a candle break at $5. Because of its low float, it can easily run up towards $6, but I would wait for that $5 break confirmation. A lot of breakouts today have been a little bit more at the market opening, not appealing. So more shorts are taking over on these small caps today this morning. So just by knowing that, you can avoid large losses today. Right now, NQ is just riding higher lows and higher highs because it broke out of the downtrend line. We have about 8 more minutes. I just don't think that we're gonna get any really amazing setup. Well, serve is kind of coming back actually. Speaking of this serve at VWAP right now, we're back at that 1323 line again. I got stopped out for a little loss, but I mean, so I gave back a little small gains to my profits, but this 1323 is testing again. It's worth watching again if you're interested, because the only 2 names that are testing VWAP right now are serve. Only 2 names. Well, I'm not gonna say only 2 names in the whole stock market, but currently on my watch, we got serve and Buru both testing VWAP.
Right.
Okay, serve. Service at the 1323 line again. Could this be the 11 a.m. ripper? We'll find out.
Shot. BOCN. Friday. Gosh.
Oh, wow. Serb is finally going here, guys. Finally going. We took that again. So far, so good. Remember, you can always use the same lines. So I just want to make sure that you guys understand that, if you guys are constantly looking for like plays here, what's great about it is once I give you guys the areas, the lines, you can use those lines again and again. So that line, when the price is below, that is a resistance breakout line. When it breaks up, it's now support line. So you can use a support as the dip zone area as well. So we did hit 1370 finally. And in fact, we have next line at 1412 coming up. So just keep that in mind as well as writing a bubble indicator. So this is the 11 a.m. ripper right now. Looks like boo. Then we get the VWAP roll. So the reason why I'm sharing that with you guys is because for those that are like, there's nothing wrong with you guys sticking around for the entire day. Just keep in mind, on my first few years of my trading, I stayed till after hours because because I was trying to soak in as much as I can. So the more time you invest, I mean, you're only bound to get better, right? Because of your stacking experience. So for me, I've been on this game for 13 years, so I don't really, have to be soaking in all that as much anymore. I have my rule with just trading till, 11 a.m. Eastern time, and then I'm off. So right now for you guys though, you keep sticking around and you're a full-time trader and all that, then have those lines set up and replay those lines again. There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, just know when times get slow, when it's active again, like power hour, or sometimes the market has their different time changes. Some lunchtime usually slow. Sometimes lunchtime is faster, but I mean, usually lunchtime is known to slow down, right? So that's like 12 p.m. People start heading out for lunch and all that. So after lunch, then farm could pick back up again, but all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I mean, we're coming up to 11 a.m. here in a few seconds, 30 seconds, but I just want to say happy, wonderful Wednesday. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Pretty decently slow on the today's trading day, but tomorrow's gonna be a nice day. Looking forward to it. So take care, everybody. God bless you all, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. All right, take care, guys.